Okay guys, I've got this 2022 Turbo Expert with a Fox 38 Performance Elite on it. It's a new bike to me, a couple weeks. Loving it, thing's gorgeous. But I just learned something. I was going to get rid of my tiny little head shake that I had. So put the front brake on, wiggle this against the ground obviously, and you'll feel a little looseness here. So it was tiny. I was just gonna quarter turn the bolt and get rid of it. But one thing I learned was I guess playing around with it, this little Swat tool, and I didn't know, I couldn't figure out where to tighten the thing because normally I'm used to the bolt up here, and obviously it's on the other side on this system. It's down below here, and Allen had up inside here. So that was what I didn't know right away, because my other Specialized is standard, the regular mountain bike. And then so I was playing with this, and I just turned it a few times, and the whole assembly fell out on the ground. And I'm like, what the heck is all these parts? So let me just show you what I learned the hard way. It took me a while to figure it out, but maybe you guys already know this, maybe you don't. But this is a pretty cool little gizmo. So all these parts fell out like this, and I'm like, what are these chain linky things? And I'm like, what is this stuff? Let me get the camera adjusted for you. And I'm like, is this some sort of safety clip? What is this thing? So lo and behold, a little bit of research. You guys may already know this. And then I was like, what are these holes doing here, letting the dirt up? Well, these chain link things are actually what they look like. They're there to repair your broken chain on the fly. And I did not know that this kit was that extensive. Okay, so these go back in these little holes. They just sit there. You would think they'd bounce out after just a couple of hits, but I guess they stay there and they don't fall out anyway. The crack here inside the tube is small enough, I guess, that if they did fall out, they wouldn't pass through there. But anyhow, that's one thing I learned. The other thing is I learned this is actually a chain breaker, which I did not know that. So this little slot in here, when you drive this bolt in, you see the pin on here? When you drive this bolt in, you could put your chain in here, and you could fix or break your chain to patch it up on the fly, because the bolt will drive all the way through and it'll pop out the pins in your chain and you're good to go. So that's really cool. The other thing, you can clean up your little tool spring load thing here. I WD-40'd this up so it works good. It had a little dirt in there. This was a little crusty, but you can do that quickly while it's apart. But those are things I just didn't know. So the other thing is I barely had any threads in here, which I guess is okay. I'd have to cut my tube down a little more, I guess, if I wanted to bury more threads and get rid of a spacer. But I guess because the handlebars are bolted, as you know, they're pinched here with your pinch bolts. I hope you can see where I'm pointing. One on each side. So therefore the forks can never truly separate and leave you without a front wheel, because you've got these pinch bolts as long as you've tightened those, and you have this. However, I was a little concerned because there's not a lot of threads buried in mine. I wanted to bury a few deeper, but it's really not an issue, so I'm not going to bother with that. But so the spacer setup is great. It's going to work fine. It already was fine. I'm kind of just going through the bike for safety purposes and checking to make sure the previous owner didn't do anything strange or whatever. But tighten that up, get it in the right direction so it reads Swat in the right direction, and then I'll just snug this up gently, make sure my head shake's gone, and then I will torque these pinch bolts down and I'm good to go. Anyway, I just thought, I hope that would help you guys. I did not know that about the Swat kit, that you had little chain links and you had a chain breaker, and I forgot that this is a safety mechanism and that the stem can never really separate as long as these pinch bolts are there. But again, this is just, what they call the pre-tension on the bearing, to get rid of that little bit of shake before you pinch these guys down. So you got to loosen these, then pinch this gently, check your head shake, and you'll get rid of it. Hope that helps you guys. Appreciate any likes and subscribes, and I'll do some more videos on this beauty soon. Just loving this thing. I had no idea I would have bought one sooner. Take care, guys. Appreciate it.